Hey everybody, again, I'm gonna start. I watched Shirley Temple. This is like a little collection of her movies and stuff. A little collection of them. Okay, this says Shirley Temple's first Technicolor feature, The Little Princess, is set in the turn of the century England and finds Shirley being enrolled in a boarding school by her wealthy widowed father, who must head off to fight in the Boer War. When her father is reportedly killed in the war, Shirley's preferential treatment is severely altered. She keeps her spirits up by hoping against hope that her father will return, and to that end she haunts the corridors of nearby military hospital, featuring Shirley Temple, Cesar Romero, and Richard Green. It has The Little Princess, Managed Money, What's to Do, Merrily Yours, Part of My Pups, Politics in Washington, Kid in Hollywood, Kid in Africa, Glad Rags to Riches, The Pie-Covered Wagon, War Babes, Special Features, Biggest Little Star of the 30s, Newsreel Wedding, and Biography of Shirley Temple. This movie right here was made in 2004, and I think it's just like a family film. I don't think it's gonna have it's not gonna have no PG rating. It's not gonna be rated. I hope this doesn't fall. Then I watched The Saddle Club, Horse Crazy, the new movie. I know one of them is no longer with us, and I'm thinking it's her. Yeah, because she had the blonde hair. She died when she was a teenager. Sad. At a train accident or something. And please tell me. 2005. It was made in 2005. Thank goodness for that. Again, this does not have a rating. I'm thinking because this used to be like a TV show or something. And yeah, I do have actually some Saddle Club books, and I'm going to read them. It says, from the top-selling book series by Bonnie Bryant comes the latest feature film, The Saddle Club, Horse Crazy, joined Carol Hansen, Stevie Lake, and Lisa Artwood in a fun-filled equine escapade. I think the one that was Stevie Lake, Sophia Bennett. She's the one that's no longer with us. Just wanted to know her name. Love appears to be in the air at Pine Hollow. First, there's the arrival of Sky Ranson, a handsome young teenage star who arrives to shoot a film at the stables. The arrival of female journalists to interview him could also prove fateful for confirmed bachelor Max as well. The club decides to assist Max in his budding romance, a relationship that might not survive the hell. Meanwhile, Christy and Megan fall in love with a cowboy teaching a western clinic at the stables. His story is about a cursed mystery horse leads the Saddle Club girls to yet another exciting adventure. Bonus features, special horse training feature, behind-the-scenes footage. And they do this, I think they have this, music video thing at the end of all these. And I watched Saddlewood Chronicles. It's a Nickelodeon movie. This was made in 2008, and this is PG. From the moment the Grace family moves into the secluded old house, strange things start to happen. As Jared investigates, he discovers Arthur Spiderwick's field guide and the unbelievable truth of the Spiderwick estate. A secret world with fantastical creatures hides within our own. Now Jared, his sister, and his twin brother are pulled into an unforgettable adventure as they try to protect the secrets of the book. Based on the beloved series of the best-selling books and filled with non-stop action, Spiderwick Chronicles is a terrific, fantastic for all ages. Special features, Spiderwick's It's All True. It's a Spiderwick world. Arthur Spiderwick's field guide. Actually, I don't know if I want the books or not. I don't know if they're any good. I'd probably read one just to see if I like it or not. I did watch Short Circuit. This was made in 1986. Steve Guttenberg and Ali Sheedy. Oh, I'm gonna spot it. Co-star in this high-tech comedy adventure about Number 5, a robot who escapes into the real world after he short-circuits in an electrical storm and decides that he's human. Because he's carrying destructive weapons, the Defense Department and his designer are desperate to find him, but Number 5 is being protected by a young woman who is teaching him a gentle way of life. And I do not know if this has any special features. It's PG. Then I watched The Yellow Handkerchief, which you can barely, like, there, I have to really put it up there. The Yellow Handkerchief. A love lost in the past, a love struggling for the future. A love story at its core, The Yellow Handkerchief is about three strangers of two generations who embark on a road trip through post-Katrina Louisiana. Along the way, relationships forge and change in a myriad of ways, leading to the possibility of second chances at life and love. Brett Hansen is an ex-convict just released from prison after serving 6 years for manslaughter, and now adrift in a world of new freedoms and responsibilities. Finding initial difficulties in reconciling himself to a troubled past, Brett crosses paths with lonely and troubled teenager Martine and her new ride Gordy. The trio head out in the same car and direction, Martine to cut loose and get away from her family, Gordy to get closer to Martine, and Brett, who must decide whether he wants to return to his troubled past and an uncertainty with May, the woman he left behind. This is PG-13, and yeah, it was made in 2008. I should make sure I got everything alright. I love this movie. It's like touching. Ooh, there we go again. Slippery hands. I watched all 4 of these. Craft, Monster High, Fright Night, and Brain Scan. And, you know, I didn't really like Monster High. It was so, forgive me. This is Thrills and Chills. Monster High was a mixture. It's almost like a mixture of, like, an adult version, like Adult Swim mixed with Goosebumps. That's what it reminded me of. Like Adult Swim version of Goosebumps. I did not like freaking Monster High. It was so stupid. The Craft was made in 1996. Sarah has always been different, so as the newcomer at St. Benedict's Academy, she immediately falls in with the high school outsiders. But these girls won't settle for being a group of powerless misfits. They have discovered the craft, and they are going to use it. It's rated R. I can't tell you if it has any special features or not, because I cannot remember, and it does not tell me. Monster High. It is made in 1989. Monster High is a horror film parody that begins in the office of Monster in Charge Synedrium Dominaeus, and I cannot even freaking say his last name. Hecto Phantasmagon, a faceless being with gangster mannerisms, checking a list of planets secluded for destruction, who finds Earth's demise has been mysteriously postponed. It's rated R again. I think every one of these is rated R. Just don't have to keep saying it over and over again. Fright Night. He's sweet, sexy, and he likes to sleep in late. You might think he's the perfect neighbor, but before inviting Jerry in for a nightcap, there's just one thing you should know. Jerry prefers his dreams warm, red, and straight from the jugular. It's Fright Night, a horrific howl starring Chris Sanderson as a seductive vampire and William Ragsdale as the frantic teenager struggling to keep Jerry's deadly fangs out of his neck. Only 17-year-old Charlie Brewster knows Jerry's blood-curdling secret. When Charlie can't get anybody to believe him, he turns to TV horror host Peter Vincent, who used to be the great vampire killer of the movies. Can these mortals save Charlie and his sweetheart Amy from the wrathful bloodsucker Toothy embrace? If you love being scared, Fright Night will give you the nightmare of your life, and it's made in '85. At the end of Fright Night, though, let me tell you, I don't know, is there a part 2 to that? Because at the end of part, that, it has his friend laughing, and then you kind of, like, get that, like, feeling that I know he supposedly got killed, but did he? You know? Brain scan. Which, actually, I gotta be honest, I really got it because of The Craft, and then, as soon as I saw who played in Brain Scan, I got it for that. I did not know anything about Fright Night. I did not know about Monster High. But I liked Fright Night. I really liked it. But I kind of liked Edward Furlong, and I don't know what else. I didn't really play him a lot. That's the reason I got that, though. Edward Furlong played in it. It was made in 1994. When a lonely teenager orders the latest interactive video game, the high-tech wizardry penetrates his subconscious, where his darkest impulses lead him through a daily maze of murder, deception, and desire. Persuaded by a homicide detective and pursued. Keep messing up words. Pursued by a homicide detective and prodded by the trickster, he is torn between the worlds of good and evil, of reality and fantasy, and ultimately of life and death. I like 3 of them. I love 3 of them. But the second one up top, especially when it kept talking about sex and junk. I mean, I was old after a while. Basically, the whole movie was about that. Then I watched Ginger Snaps, Hungry Like a Wolf, that's what it says up there. I really liked part 1 and part 2. I liked part 3 a little bit, but not too much. Ginger and Bridget, 2 sisters trapped in suburbia, are obsessed with mayhem, torture, and death until they get a taste of the real thing. Bitten by wild animals, Ginger begins to mutate into a sexy, uncontrolled woman with some nasty canine tendencies. Is it a virus? Is it a curse? Or the first steps towards becoming a vicious werewolf? Intelligent, inspired, and truly terrifying, this award-winning horror film makes you look at raging teen hormones in a shocking new way. I'm believing. I don't think this one ain't rated. I don't see it. I'll just say rated R. And it was made in 2000. At least that's what it says, 2000. Then I watched Silent Spring. No One Can Hear You. This is the bottom. They're on vacation, but Tara isn't. It seems like a really nice way to say thank you. Dr. Byron offers a psychology class a weekend at his remote vacation home because they'd helped with his research. That they barely arrive before the worst starts to happen. One by one, each student disappears. When the Class A student Nicole arrives a little late with her friend, she can't help but feel something is wrong. Where is everyone? Perhaps there's an uninvited guest who's just not in a very social mood. Terror is definitely not on vacation. In this bloody psychological thriller that mixes friendship, romance, and the ultimate in mind manipulation. Oh, the reason I didn't say anything about Ginger Snaps and special features, it didn't have any. DVD features, a full screen, double digital, audio, interview with the cast, trailers, and that's it. It's rated R, and it was made in 2005. And then I watched both of them, House on Haunted Hill and Night of the Living Dead. And I didn't really watch it in a wide, I watched it once. Like, it's probably like a rewatch. It was way, way before I even got into YouTube, though. I know one of them was made way back when. Like, both of them are in black and white. But I don't know what year. Wait. No, 1968, Not a Living Dead. Just does not tell me what. Oh, House on Haunted Hill, 1959. Who else but the great Vincent Price could play eccentric moneybags Frederick Warren, who invites several guests to spend an overnight in a haunted house with the promise of $10,000 each if they make it to the next morning. Will our guests get rich, or will they take a dip in the vat of boiling acid? In the George Romero's classic, an ever-dwindling group of people ward off hordes of the undead, risen from the grave due to radiation from a crashed satellite. The zombies are after our heroes, and they are hungry for human flesh. I do not know whether I should read the Elvira thing or not. I don't think I will, because it's got nothing to do with. It just says like her favorite movies of the 50s and 60s. I watched Footloose. It was made in 1984. Footloose jumps with spirit, dazzling dance numbers, and an electrifying music score. It portrays the timeless struggle between innocent pleasure and rigid mortality. When city boy Rand McCormick finds himself in an uptight Midwestern town where dancing has been banned, Rand revolts with his best friend Willard and the minister's daughter. Features a treasure of top 10 songs and the Footloose love theme. I don't want to say all the songs that was on it. There. It's PG and special features, commentary, 2 different commentaries anyway. Let's see, Footloose, Modern Musical Part 1, Part 2, Footloose songs that tell a story, theatrical trailer, widescreen version, Dolby Digital, English and Spanish subtitles. 16 candles. This is funny too. It's the time of your life that may last a lifetime. It's Samantha Baker's Sweet 16, and no one in her family remembers the important occasion. John Hughes, the writer of National Lampoon's Vacation, shows how coming of age can be full of surprises in this warm-hearted teenage comedy starring Molly Ringwald. She's your average teen, enduring creepy freshmen, spoiled siblings, confused parents, and the big blonde on campus, who stands between her and the boy of her dreams. But wait, the day isn't over yet. The sparkling film features a dynamic score and outstanding performances by Paul Dooley, Emmy winner Blanche Baker, and Oscar nominee Justin Henry. This was made in 1984, and it's rated PG. And I don't think this thing was in a special feature, so yeah, just featuring David Bowie, Billy Idol, Sandu, and more. Oh, no, it's just motion picture, music. I thought it was special features. Friday 13th Part 3 in 3D. I only watched this in 2D. It comes in 2D and 3D. Meet Jason in a whole new dimension. It was made in 1982. It's rated R. It's spine-tingling horror in a whole new dimension. It's Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. Deluxe edition comes to DVD. A carefree summer becomes a deadly nightmare for another group of naive counselors who choose to ignore Camp Crystal Lake's gruesome legacy. They find themselves in a bloody game of cat and mouse with the maniacal, I don't know how to pronounce that, Jason, who stalks their every move and ruthlessly kills them off one by one. I like part 1, definitely. Part 2 was good. Part 3 good. See, I don't even know. Some of them weren't, though. I just don't remember. Matchmaker Mary, 3 puppies, 6 lonely people, and the little girl that brought them together. After achieving an A on her 6th grade final exam, Mary is rewarded with a puppy. Experiencing the love of this little puppy and seeing several of her adult friends single and unhappy, Mary believes that placing 2 people together with the essence of some lovable puppies will result in a happy relationship. With the help of her best friend Jason, Aunt Karen, and Cameron Banks, the 4 partners become self-described matchmaking angels along the way. Aunt Karen and Cameron not only become accomplices in these schemes, but they get matched too. As their success ratio increases, Mary utilizes her new matchmaking angels to carry out the biggest and most important plan, to bring her own parents back together again. Seen through the eyes of a loving... I don't know what I may say loving, I'm sorry. Seen through the eyes of a young girl on the verge of womanhood, Mary discovers that puppy love is more than just a trip to an animal shelter. This story illustrates how the lives of 6 people can be changed with a little help from a preteen matchmaker and 3 adorable puppies. This does not have PG rated, family approved, so I'm assuming like G. Was it G? I don't remember what like family approved movies are. Can't remember. It was made in 2008. This is The Runaways. Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning star as Joan Jett and Cherie Currie in the music-fueled coming-of-age story of the groundbreaking all-girl rock band The Runaways. They fall under the Savini-like influences of rock impersonist, I can pronounce it now, Kim Valley, and who turns the rebellious Southern California kids into a rock group with outrageous success. With its tough chick image and raw talent, the band quickly earns a name for itself, and so do its 2 leads. Joan is the band's pure rock and roll heart, while Cherie, with her Bowie Bardot looks, is the 6th kid. Special features: go on a road trip with the Runaways with a rockin' commentary with Joan Jett, Kristen Stewart, and Dakota Fanning, and a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the film. This was made in 2010 and rated R. I watched Sea of Chucky. It's the outrageous, unrated, and fully extended version of Seed of Chucky. Everyone's favorite killer doll returns, and he's bringing the entire family. This time around, Chucky and his homicidal honey, Tiffany, are brought back to life by their orphan offspring, Glenn. Then the horror goes Hollywood as Chucky unleashes his own brand of murderous mayhem, featuring Academy Award nominee Jennifer Tilly as herself and the voice of Tiffany, and hip-hop star Redman, as more gore, more gags, and more Chucky doing his dirtiest deeds yet. This was made in 2005, and this is not rated, it's the unrated edition. Chucky's Insider Facts on Demand, slash scenes, here's Chucky, a revealing interview with Chucky, including his early screen test, feature commentary, and there's more of that on there. Old Family Holiday slideshow, conceiving the Seed of Chucky, Tilly on the Tonight Show, fusion up close with the Seed of Chucky stars, feature commentary, and much more. So there's more than that too. Then I watched Beetlejuice. Can't help it, I love this movie. It's made 1988. What's a yuppie ghost couple to do when their quaint New England home is overrun by trendy New Yorkers? Hire a freelance bioexorcist to spook the intruders, of course. As directed by Tim Burton, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice is one of the biggest, baddest wolves of ghost movies has ever unleashed as a poltergeist. Keaton worked in this and Clean and Sober won him 1988's National Society of Film Critics' Best Actor Award. Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara, Jeffrey Jones and Sylvia Sidney share starring honors with wondrous production design, Harry Belafonte, soundtrack, tunes, and Oscar-winning Best Makeup. 3 hilarious episodes from the animated Beetlejuice TV series. I can't pronounce it. Skeleton in the Closet, Spooky Boutique, music-only audio track, and theatrical trailer. This is PG, and yeah. Then I watched, I actually did watch Friday the 13th Part 2. This one's made in 1981. Just when you thought it was safe to go back to camp, here's even more heart-pounding terror 5 years after the horrible bloodbath at Camp Crystal Lake. All that remains is the legend of Jason Voorhees and his demented mother, who had murdered 7 camp counselors at a nearby summer camp. The new counselors are unconcerned about the warnings to stay away from the infamous site. Carefree, the young people roam the area, not sensing the ominous lurking presence. One by one, they are attacked and brutally slaughtered. Suspense and screams abound in this compelling thriller. This was rated R. It had no special, it has no special features. And I did watch 13 Going on 30. This was made in 2004, and it's rated PG-13. Jennifer Gardner and Mark Ruffalo star in this hilarious flash-forward romance about a preteen girl who goes from geek to glamorous. With the help of some magic wishing dust, 13-year-old Jeannie Ring becomes 30 and gorgeous overnight. With everything she's ever wanted except for her best friend Matt, now this grown woman must create some magic of her own to help the little girl inside find the true love she left behind. 18 deleted and extended scenes, Keep It Real, 2 filmmaker audio commentaries, I Was a Teenage Geek, feature reveals those awkward high school years of the cast, including Jennifer Garner. The making of 13 Going on 30, Pat Benatar's Love is a Battlefield, and Rick Springfield's Jesse's Girl music videos. The 80s Outfit Challenge set-top featurette allows viewers to piece together the ultimate 80s outfit, leg warmers optional. Then and Now, set-top featurette compares modern-day conveniences with their 80s counterparts. A comedy for the kid and all of us. Okay, then I'd go on to cartoons that I've watched this month. Might have to make this 3 videos. I guess I did watch a lot more than I did last month. I might have to end up making 3 videos. I watched 101 Dalmatians. This was made in 2008, but that's not when the thing was made. I know it was way back, maybe 80s or something. I don't know when this, the original came out. Sorry. 101 Dalmatians has charmed audience for generations with its irresistible, tail-wagging stars, memorable story, and wonderful blend of humor and adventure. Now with the spectacular new bonus features including a virtual Dalmatian game, 101 pop-up trivia facts, and an all-new digital restoration, this beloved animation masterpiece shines like never before in a special 2-disc Platinum Edition. Cruella de Vil, Disney's most outrageous villain, sets the fur-raising adventure in motion when she dog-naps all of the Dalmatian puppies in London, including 15 from Pongo and Perdit's or something like that family. Through the power of the Twilight Bark, Pongo leads a heroic cast of animal characters on a dramatic quest to rescue them all in a story the whole family will enjoy again and again. I'm not going to say all the special features, I'm just going to show you. And it's rated G, which now, yes, I do know that G stands for Hidden. And I did watch Dumbo. This this edition, I'm just going to say, is made in 2006, even though I know it was made way later. With high-flying entertainments and messages about friendship, acceptance, courage, and believing in yourself, Walt Disney's Dumbo is a timeless classic for children of all ages. Walt Disney is at his finest. Meet Dumbo, Mrs. Jumbo's sweet little baby mind, who charms all who sees him until it's discovered that he has huge floppy ears. With the support of his very best friend Timothy the Mouse, Dumbo soon learns that his spectacular ears make him unique and special, allowing him to soar to fame as the world's only flying elephant. You'll love all the daring adventure, colorful characters, award-winning music, and a circus tent full of fun bonus features. Go behind the scenes with Disney's Pedia's My First Circus, an all-new activity where you can learn about your favorite circus animals. This big top edition also features sing-along songs, a DVD storybook, a new digital transfer, and much more. Oh shoot, there's a sticker on it. Trisha, I'm gonna... Okay, there's a bonus short on here. Give me a minute, I'll just... Yeah, this. Let's do this. Give me a minute. So I can do it better. Again, almost every one of these cartoons is rated G. Except for this one. This one's PG. Hotel Transylvania. Welcome to Hotel Transylvania, Dracula's lavish five-star resort, where monsters and their families can live it up and no humans are allowed. One special weekend, Dracula has invited all his best friends, Frankenstein and his wife, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Werewolf family, and more, to celebrate his beloved daughter Mavis's 118th birthday. For Dracula, catering to all of these legendary monsters is no problem, but the party really starts when one ordinary guy stumbles into the hotel that changes everything. And this was made in 2012. I cannot wait for part 2. And it's PG, like I said. And here's the special features. From now on, I'm not going to say special features. I'm just going to hold it up there. It'll just save me time. Did watch All Dogs Go to Heaven. It was made in 1989, and if I'm mistaken, I think it's not PG or something like that. No, it's rated G. Weird. From the director of The Secret of NIMH, An American Tale, in The Land Before Time comes the bright and inventive romantic classic, boasting brilliant visual and tender storyline, a character voice from Leona Anderson, Judith Barcy. I can't remember. I didn't know she played in this. She's no longer with us either. Dom DeLuise, I don't even know if any of the other ones are dead, I'm sorry. Melba Moore, Charles Nelson Riley, Burt Reynolds, and Vic Tybak. All Dogs Go to Heaven is a must-see film for all children and for every... My tongue's getting twisted to that. And for everyone who's young at heart. Set in 1939 New Orleans, this colorful, song-filled story centers on Charles B. Barkin, a roguish German shepherd with the charm of a con man and the heart of a marshmallow. Out for revenge against his double-crossing former partner, a cigar-chomping pit bull known as Carface. Charlie finds himself guardian to a lonely little orphan named Anne-Marie. Her astonishing ability to talk to animals leads to this unlikely pair on an adventure packed with thrills, laughs, tears, and true love. There's only one special feature, so I'll go ahead and tell you it's a trailer. Then I watched Hide and Seek, SpongeBob. Every one of these is 2003, and I'm just going to show you what was on it. Oh shoot, you can't really see it. Mermaids and Barnacle Boy 3, Pink Loser, Opposite Day, Squirrel Jokes, Rockabye, Bellevue, Dumped, Bossy Boots, The Bully, Sleepy Time, and Squidsville. I hope I have enough time to read all these too. SpongeBob and Patrick house sit for Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy with strict rules not to touch anything, but they have a question for Evil Man Ray, who throws them in takes, so SpongeBob unfreezes him with the promise they'll release him if he's rehabilitated, and everyone knows that saying please provoke you're a new man, right? Proves you're a new man, right? Feeling like he hasn't achieved anything in life, especially after he sees SpongeBob's trophy collection, honoring his accomplishments, Patrick decides to take SpongeBob on his role model. SpongeBob is flattered until Patrick starts dressing like him and talking like him and following him and practically taking over SpongeBob's identity. That's it. Squidward can't take one more day of living near SpongeBob and Patrick, so he decides to sell his house, afraid no one will buy it if they see that what the boys are really like. Squidward convinces him it's opposite day, so they act a little bit less crazier than usual, but when it comes to SpongeBob and Patrick, the opposite of crazy, well, crazy. SpongeBob becomes a comedy sensation when he starts telling squirrel jokes, really nasty ones, and this doesn't sit too well with Sandy, especially when everyone in Bikini Bottom starts treating her like she's as stupid as SpongeBob claims squirrels are. SpongeBob and Patrick discover a baby scallop that's all alone, so the boys decide to raise him, with Patrick as daddy and SpongeBob as mom. They take to raising Junior as a family. Unfortunately, Dad is spending too much time at work and leaving Mom with the baby, the chores, and little patience. SpongeBob's beloved snail Gary leaves SpongeBob for Patrick, and SpongeBob will do anything to win him back, and that includes adopting a number of other pets to try to make Gary jealous. Mr. Krabs' daughter Pearl comes to work at the Krusty Krab and makes changes to the menu and to the restaurant's decor. So when Mr. Krab realizes he's losing money, there's one more change that needs to take place, and SpongeBob is going to have to do it. Fire Pearl. He's big, he's bad, he's Flax the Flounder, the new bully in boating school, and he's threatened to beat up SpongeBob, who's terrified. But as Flax soon discovers, coming to blows with a sponge can be very absorbing. It's a nightmare for the sleeping residents of Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob has the ability to visit their dreams. Unfortunately, he not only visits, but he gets involved, turning their serene slumber into chaotic episodes. They've finally done it. SpongeBob and Patrick have driven Squidward out of Bikini Bottom and into the Tentacle Acres, where happiness is just a suction cup away. But everyone's the same, and things get boring fast. So when Squidward tries showing them how to lighten up, he finds himself acting a little bit more well like SpongeBob. Okay, that's all I have to do for you today, because if I show you the other two, it might go over, so I'll do a third video.